Everyone's attention was on Tesla, Toyota, or BYD. But meanwhile, a Swedish company was quietly developing an engine that could shake up the entire world of electric vehicles. Yes, Koenigsegg. CEO Christian von Koenigsegg recently unveiled an engine that has even experts stunned. He says this engine will disrupt the EV industry. It may sound exaggerated, but once you learn how this engine delivers EV-like efficiency without electricity, you'll be amazed. This isn't fake or overhyped technology. It's coming from the same company that builds the world's fastest cars. And now, Koenigsegg has achieved something in engine technology that others haven't been able to accomplish in years. In this video, we'll explain how this tiny yet powerful engine works, why it's superior to EVs, and why everyone from Elon Musk to Toyota is now keeping a close eye on it. Believe me, by the end of this video, you'll realize this isn't just about an engine. It's a warning to the entire industry. But before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to stay updated with exciting automotive news. Koenigsegg, the story behind the name. Before learning about Koenigsegg's new engine, it's important to understand the company's story because it reveals how this name became so legendary. Koenigsegg is no ordinary company. It began with the dream of a man who, since childhood, was determined to build the world's fastest car. The company was founded in 1994 when a young Swedish visionary, Christian von Koenigsegg, started designing cars in his small garage. At that time, the automotive world was dominated by big names like Ferrari, Lamborghini, and McLaren. No one believed a small startup could compete with them. But Christian was different. He didn't just want to build cars, he wanted to create machines that would surpass everyone else. The early days weren't easy. The team was small, funding was tight, and many early attempts failed. But Christian never gave up. He used to say, "If I don't define my car myself, no one else will." This philosophy became the hallmark of Koenigsegg. Their first car, the Koenigsegg CC, wasn't a huge hit, but it showed the world that a new player had entered the fray. Then came the CC8S, which set a record as the world's fastest production car. People thought it was luck until the CCR, Agera, and later the Jesko and Regera proved otherwise. Each new model was faster, lighter, and more advanced than the last. The unique thing about Koenigsegg is that they don't just chase speed, they create cars that are like works of art. Each model introduces something never seen before: lightweight carbon bodies, innovative suspension systems, and now, their biggest breakthrough: free valve engine technology. This system eliminates traditional components to increase power and reduce fuel consumption. Christian believes speed isn't just a number, it's a language, and his cars speak that language fluently. Models like the Jesko, Regera, and Gamera prove that Koenigsegg doesn't just make fast cars, they redefine what's possible, making engineers around the world rethink what an engine can do. The revolutionary engine, tiny size, massive power. Now, let's talk about the engine that has captured the attention of the entire auto industry. This new Koenigsegg engine is small, but its power makes much larger engines pale in comparison. People are already calling it small engine, big bang. Its most unique feature? It doesn't operate like a conventional petrol engine. Instead, it uses technologies that were once found only in research labs. The engine is called the lightweight twin-turbo free-valve engine. To understand it simply, typical petrol engines use a long metal rod called a camshaft to control the valves, deciding when air is drawn in and when exhaust is released. Koenigsegg completely reinvented this system. Their free valve engine has no camshaft. Each valve is controlled individually, meaning every cylinder can operate independently. This eliminates unnecessary strain on the engine, saves power, and reduces fuel consumption. Think of it like this. Traditional engines are like doors that all open with one key. Free valve gives each door its own key. The engine also features a twin-turbo system, which dramatically increases power. A turbocharger forces air into the engine, boosting combustion and performance. With two turbos, the engine gets a constant supply of air, ensuring maximum power and responsiveness. Despite its small size, this engine produces over 600 horsepower, equivalent to that of many electric cars. Yet it doesn't rely on heavy batteries or need charging. It can also run on alternative fuels like biofuel or ethanol, significantly reducing emissions. So, it's not just powerful, it's clean. Because it's extremely lightweight, it enhances performance further. A lighter engine means better speed, lower fuel consumption, and improved handling. Imagine one person opening and closing all the doors in a building on a fixed schedule. Whether needed or not, that's the old system. Koenigsegg's free valve system removes that person entirely. Each door or valve now has its own automatic controller, deciding exactly when to open and close. This allows each cylinder to work independently and precisely, improving efficiency, performance, and emissions at the same time. Think of it like switching from one master light switch for an entire building to individual switches in every room. Only the necessary lights turn on, saving energy. And that's exactly how the free valve engine saves power and fuel by only working as hard as it needs to. Experts are calling it an engineering marvel, proof that the future doesn't belong solely to battery-powered cars. Technology. When people hear this engine for the first time, they can't believe how so much power can come from such a small unit. But it's real, and it might just spark the next revolution in automotive engineering. While other companies struggle with batteries, charging stations, and range anxiety, Koenigsegg has found a way to make petrol engines cleaner, lighter, and more efficient, all without the plug. Free valve technology explained. No camshaft, no limits. Now let's look deeper into the heart of Koenigsegg's innovation, free valve technology. In a traditional engine, the camshaft controls the timing of air and fuel entering the cylinders. Imagine one person opening and closing all the doors in a building on a fixed schedule. Whether needed or not, that's the old system. Koenigsegg's free valve system removes that person entirely. Each door or valve now has its own automatic controller, deciding exactly when to open and close. This allows each cylinder to work independently and precisely, improving efficiency, performance, and emissions at the same time. Think of it like switching from one master light switch for an entire building to individual switches in every room. Only the necessary lights turn on, saving energy. And that's exactly how the free valve engine saves power and fuel by only working as hard as it needs to.
And they've used direct cooling, which is not only super efficient but also makes the whole thing more compact. The rotor is made of Koenigsegg's carbon fiber technology, which makes it lightweight and powerful. In fact, the quark is so light and small that it's perfect for all kinds of applications. So, how much power are we talking about here? Well, the quark puts out 330 brake horsepower and 443 newton-meters of torque. That's pretty impressive, right? But how does it compare to, say, Tesla? The Plaid model boasts a whopping 1,006 brake horsepower and just over 1,000 pound-feet of torque. Now, I know we shouldn't compare apples to oranges or combustion engines to electric motors, but it does give you some perspective. But let's get back to the quark. Koenigsegg is no stranger to making things lightweight, and they've used their expertise to make the quark super efficient. They even used air core technology on the rotor, which is the same stuff they use in carbon fiber wheels, steering wheels, and seats. And they're not afraid to use carbon fiber anywhere they can. Have you seen the Jesco's rear wheels? They weigh just 8.4 kilograms each. That's insane. So what's the verdict? The quark is a tiny powerhouse that's perfect for all kinds of applications. And while Tesla might have more power, the quark holds its own against the competition with its compact size and solid power delivery.